you could speak directly to Elon Musk, what would you say?
Off.
She is dangerous. She's dangerous. What's good, family? Welcome to Pretty Realist. Thank y'all so much for joining. I just didn't want to talk about this girl again, but she is like a thorn in my side and won't nobody cut her damn mic off. I'm talking about nobody other than Miss Gangsta Boo Crockett. So she is dangerous. She's dangerous. And she's dangerous because for some reason, not only will she not shut her mouth, she just continues to go on this I hate Donald Trump campaign and Doge is not the right way to go. And now she's saying that American citizens do not deserve the money that the government has been stealing from them for all these years. $5,000 with Miss 9 million in net worth is saying, y'all don't need that money. What you gonna do with it? A millionaire is telling American citizens that $5,000 can't do a damn thing for them. Ain't that something? But I'm gonna go ahead and Let's hear what Miss Jasmine's got to say, and then I'll come right back with the rest of my commentary. Check it out.
No, we are not in the business of giving out money. And honestly, I don't know what $5,000 will do for you if you are unable to find a job, because I am telling people we are headed towards a recession because the United States government is the 15th largest employer in the world. And so firing those that work for the federal government isn't going to necessarily create new jobs in private industry. In fact, Southwest Airlines, based in my district, just announced for the very first time in its entire existence that they are doing a layoff of approximately 15% of their workforce. If you pay attention, the signs are there. And I'm not telling you to be an alarmist. I'm telling you because I want to be honest with the American people. And my background, believe it or not, I was a business major, and none of this looks good for us right now.
She went on the Breakfast Club siding with Canada and Mexico, saying that she's on their side. Like, it's just weird to me because I don't even remember this many questions when Biden was in office and he was doing a horrible job. Do you know that Biden didn't even talk to his cabinet for damn near 11 months? And then when he finally got a chance to sit down with them, his wife led the damn meeting. Nobody did anything when Biden allowed those borders to just be left wide open. Nobody stopped anything. Nobody said anything. Nobody put up an SOS and said, no, y'all, we got all of these migrants that's just coming through the border. No, what did they do? Y'all gave out money. Y'all gave them a whole app that they could apply with to get assistance. Then you lied about it. Your party lied and said they only could use this app when they get on American soil, knowing damn well that y'all was flying them over here. They were using this app while they were walking from wherever they were coming from. We were looking literally at videos of these people coming over here. They weren't swimming through seas and climbing over barbed wire. These people had well taken care of shoes, clothing. The babies had new shoes, new clothes, new toys. And now that y'all got Trump in office, now y'all want to sit here and y'all want to act as if we forgot what y'all did the last 4 years. It's amazing to me that you all have literally used these tactics, these fear-mongering tactics, these new little terminologies of misinformation and misinformed in order to gather your little minions around. The people who get in my comments and want to say that I'm being a hater and that I'm being evil, you guys are minions. Because she did nothing when they were taking those busloads of migrants and dumping them in Chicago, black neighborhoods, might I add. When these companies were hiring them and they were laying off American workers, majority of them being black American workers at that, because guess what? Black unemployment is at an all-time high right now. Black women are also a part of those unemployment numbers. So when you guys sit here and you say, oh, well, she's speaking for us. No, the hell she isn't. She's speaking for her sponsors. Same way that Hakeem Jeffries is. Same way that Maxine Waters is. Talking about, oh, well, they're giving tax cuts to the billionaires. Have you seen the amount of money that these people are worth based upon their annual salaries? No reason why Jasmine Crockett should be worth $9 million. And you're telling American citizens that $5,000 isn't anything. I want to worry so much about These people who are trying to actually give American citizens, not based upon their race, but based upon the fact that they have been getting robbed by the politicians that we thought we could trust. Y'all don't say nothing about the criminals that you allowed to roam free in our country, that people who sit in courtrooms, who have the authority to lock these criminals up, have allowed them to not only roam free, but to continue to terrorize American citizens. Not one Democrat woman has even said the name of Lincoln Riley. Not one of you black female Democrats spoke about Ivory Smith killed by a migrant.
Sherman, the suspect is a non-U.S. citizen, we're told, a Venezuelan national. And with his criminal history here in Harris County, the big question is, should he have been out of custody when this tragedy happened? Should he have even been in the U.S.? The death of 7-year-old Ivory Smith made headlines fast.
He's taking her away from us. We wasn't ready. She's 7.
On December 1st, the second grader was killed in a crash that sent her mom, the driver, to the hospital for nearly a week. Investigators saying Joel Enrique Gonzalez Chassin is to blame for running a red light while intoxicated.
If he wasn't out drinking and driving, she would be with us right now and we wouldn't be at court.
We told you how Chassin was put on an immigration hold.
Yes, so currently the bond amount is at $150,000. The reason that is he has an ICE hit, so if he is to make that bond, he has to deal with the immigration side as well. That is not likely to be made.
And now we've learned this isn't the first time he's been on an ICE hold. Records show earlier this year he was arrested for assaulting a family member.
And he was taken into custody in June. There was immediately an ICE hold placed on him. I mean, he couldn't bond out.
The felony was dropped to a misdemeanor, and he was sentenced to 113 days in jail.
And the reason it was 113 days because that was the time he had already served. So basically, he just pled guilty and walked out the door because the ICE hold was lifted.
And it was crazy is I believe this happened in Texas. Ain't that where she from? Not one of y'all have spoken about the migrant children that's missing from the border. A 12-year-old was raped in New York by a trans woman. And nobody said anything. Y'all are bitching and complaining about all of these cuts, but you seem to forget that Clinton did the same thing years ago. Here's proof right here.
Before Doge, there was Bill Clinton. He cut 400,000 federal jobs, and Al Gore was the executioner.
This report tells us how to cut waste, cut red tape, streamline the bureaucracy, change procurement rules, change the personnel rules, and create a government that works better and costs less.
The Reinventing Government, or RIGO, report aims to save $108 billion over 5 years through eliminating scores of wasteful programs and regulations. Among the 800 recommendations, eliminating 12% of the federal workforce, merging some government agencies like the FBI, the DEA, and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, closing hundreds of government offices outside Washington.
If you made it this far, make sure you click that bell, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy the rest of the video. I did a little research of my own because I remember that there was a lot of hiring that was going on with the government, but it wasn't no hiring going on nowhere else. I remember when there were conflicting stories about how Biden administration was talking about all of these jobs that they were adding, but then come to find out that they were lying and there was actually jobs that were missing. So as of March 15, 2023, there was an article that I found where Biden admin was wanting to add 82,000 employees in 2024. He was already gunning for the addition of additional employees. He wanted a 3.4% employee increase to the government. He said that it would bring civilian federal roles to its highest since World War II. So he wanted to increase the staff of government for whatever reason. Never mind the fact that we were already going through all of these job cuts when it came to the tech industry. Never mind the fact that we were already dealing with people who were losing their jobs because of all of these migrants, that y'all still want to continue to hide the fact that migrants were coming here and they were getting jobs that American workers were once holding on to. Y'all still want to deny that fact that was happening. And let me just first say that I'm not blaming the migrants for that. I blame the companies that lobbied for them to work for these jobs so they could pay them lower wages because they didn't want to pay American wages to American workers. You know it was happening. We've heard it, and you guys continue to hide the fact that that is what was happening. So you could sit here like she did on one of her little interviews where she was talking about, oh, well, you know, these are the American workers that are building the houses. And guess what? Yeah, they are building the houses. And everybody is talking about how those D.R. Horton houses are shitty. They're horribly built. They're falling apart, but they're extremely expensive. Nobody wants to buy any of these new houses that are being built, by the way. People would rather stay in apartments, which is also causing a shortage because now people don't want to even move out of the apartments that they're living in. I don't want to live in a cookie cutter ass apartment where I can literally hear my neighbor snoring in the apartment next to me. So yeah, they're building these apartment buildings. They're building these new houses, but they're made of cheap material and it's cheap labor. You guys are rallying for slavery, just so you know. They were so excited. They were so excited that 26 agencies stood up for their talent teams, expand hiring capacity. So they were excited to hire all of these additional people around this time. In the Treasury, they increased by 21%. 21% they increased their employees. It was the Treasury Department and the VA that they wanted to continue to just hire more people. All while they're hiring all of these federal employees, Biden is sending $60 billion to Ukraine. Probably even more. It seems like every time I was looking up a damn article to figure out how much he actually sent to him, the numbers was always changing. What the hell? Do you all run the internet too? Couldn't even find the correct amount of how much he sent. Do you forget about that? The government is not in the business just handing out money. Cat. You're just not in the business of handing out money anymore, which is the reason why we got to make these cuts. What you guys need to know, and I'm talking about liberals who may be watching this video, everything that's going on right now is because of what they did. Do you really think that when they were just pulling money out of their asses, that we weren't going to have to pay for it one day? We have our president getting ready to go to Fort Knox to check on the gold that's supposed to be there that may not even fucking be there. So now we got to figure out who's been stealing the gold. Because you know that gold was supposed to be there just in case we ever need it. And if that gold is not there, we are really screwed. You can keep on talking, but I'm telling you, she's going to be next. She's going to be next. I've been doing my work on little Miss Crockett. I was already feeling like I needed to do some work on Hakeem Jeffries, and I found what I needed. He's a crook too. And you don't need no politician telling you what you don't need, especially when it's your money. You pay them. And we're getting taxed and investing in programs in places that we didn't agree to. It's the whole point of Doge. But the loudest one is always the most guilty. They have her up front for a reason. You notice that everybody's been a little quiet. Nancy's been quiet. Chuck's been quiet. They think she's going to be the next one up in 2028 to run because they need some young meat for the Democrat Party. Everybody else is old. So they're going to use Jasmine. They're going to use her up. She's the typical modern woman. Big mouth, big wig, big lashes. Knows what to say with her ghetto twang. And y'all are eating it up, even though she's just as guilty as the rest of them. That's all I got to say. I don't even want to talk about her, but like she's been everywhere. She has been everywhere. And I know y'all say, oh, well, you're a hater. You're a hater. It ain't that I hate Jasmine Crockett. I just don't like her. I don't like the rhetoric that she speaks about. I don't like the fact that now that Donald Trump is in office, they criticize him for every single thing that he does. But when Biden was in office, nobody said shit. And we saw how horrible of a job that he was doing. We saw how horrible of a job that Kamala was doing. At least J.D. Vance could actually have a conversation with you and you don't fall asleep because you are being unburdened by what has been. Gave her ass an NAACP award, and we already proved to you that she was not black and that she was not for you. But you still gave her an NAACP award, which we don't understand, but that's on you. Either way, let that man do his damn job. It may seem a little strange of what's going on right now, but you got to trust God and you got to have discernment at the end of the day. I truly believe that things are going to work out. Everything that's going on is going on for a reason, because finally Americans are getting the transparency that we deserve. We've earned it, we deserve it, and we voted for it. We need Crockett to get the fuck out of the way. Excuse my language. All right, y'all, listen. Don't shoot the messenger. Only receive the message. You can hit me in my mouth when you see me. But if it's for you, receive it. If it's not, leave it. I'm gone, y'all. Make sure y'all follow me on TikTok at Pretty Realist. I'm also on IG at Pretty Realist 1. And I'll see you all next time. Peace.